Hello everybody, this is Paul Kona and then we have Yash here as well. Today we're going to be talking about Artistly version 5.0, a massive update. What are we really focusing on here is all about AI design agents and bulk workflows. What that means is with just one idea, one button or one mouse click, you can actually do multiple things. Let's say, for example, you want to upload my photo, your photo, let's say your grandchildren's photo, whatever, and create a personalized storybook, right? Then it will personalize the character, so it'll become a 3D character of that person, okay? It'll create the story based on whatever you want it to be about. It'll narrate it. We're going to talk about that with the world's best text-to-speech technology, which is unlike anything else out there. When you see it, you'll be blown away. And what if you want to do more than that? Let's say, for example, this is storybooks as one. You can now narrative storybooks as one idea. What if you want to create workflows? You want to press one button and then let's say you want to upscale an image, remove the background. You want to also do other things like multiple tasks autonomously, meaning automatically. Well, you can do that too now with Artistly 5.0. This is just incredible in terms of how much of technology and next generation stuff has gone into this. So just watch it. So without any further delay, let's jump in. Yash, go ahead. Let's go right in.
All right, everybody. I hope everyone can hear me okay. And I'll be taking you from all the updates, the massive updates that we made for the AI design agent side of things, bulk workflows kind of thing. And the main thing here is to make your life super simple while getting fantastic and amazing output and results. All right. So without further ado, let's get the fun begin. All right. Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen and I hope my screen is visible and I'm inside the Artistly dashboard. Okay. So now, number one thing, okay, is first we're going to explore the fast designer side of things, the upgrades that you have right now there. And then we're going to talk about advanced image designer. All right. So the fast design, right? You see, like, the layout has completely changed and all that. We added new design assistants and agents, and I'm going to walk you through all of that. But first major thing, now, regardless whatever you create, we allow you across the board for any feature, everything. You can now generate 4 images at once, which was the most requested thing. So whether it is if you want to create photorealistic images or if you want to use Illustrator to basically design images in consistent styles and all that. Well, I'm going to talk about how many new styles that we have added that you guys have been asking for, whether it is clip art or coloring pages and all that. But for all styles and everything across the board, you can generate 4 images at once. Let me show you how you can do that, right? I'm going to pick this coloring page example, right? And now I'm say a dog running on the beach, right? I can extend the prompt or I can edit the prompt, and there is a mirror magic across the board. What does it do? Well, you can click on it and it will, let's say, take your image, decode the prompt for that, and basically lets you create images, right? So I want 4 images and generate. Now, this was not available before. This is a massive boost to your productivity, the number of images you want, and the faster results, right? And the speed also, the second upgrade, right? The speed, by the speed that you get these results is like 10 times faster than what you had before, right? Now, let's cover what we have in design agents, because we got something pretty amazing stuff here. Some stuff like, one click said and done. All right. So let's talk about coloring pages, because we are talking about that, right? So now you want to create a coloring page and you want to sell on KDP, or that you just want to create for your grandchildren or just for other purposes, right? Well, all you have to do is just explain your idea here. Simple stuff, right? I want a coloring book about cute animals, right? And we give you up to 10 images, right? 10 pages you can create at once and generate the coloring page. You don't have to think about what prompt will work the best, what will give you the best results, if this is good, if this is not, whatever it is, you will always get fantastic results like that. I mean, this let me refresh my screen and show you. So you don't have to worry about, okay, I want it for about my cute animal styles, what prompt should I do, or you don't have to go one by one. There you go. Those 10 designs just by click, ready designs in front of you. That's how the beauty it is, right? And previously, these 4 images are our dog running on a beach, and these 4 images, these are perfect, the third upgrade, right? Which is, I know most of you guys are facing that, gray shading issues and all that. Well, now you won't face that. And imagine you can create 100 page or a 500 page or 200 page coloring book. Just one click. That's the magic of it, right? So we added coloring page builder right in there, right? Let's talk about the clip art. Okay, what is clip art, right? So I know most of you guys, sell on Etsy, or you have your clip art design business and stuff like that, and you want something that you can get it faster, quicker, and you know efficiently to the market. Well, now you can, because I'm gonna just use the same example. Say cute animals. I want a clip art set of cute animals, and I want to create a 10 images set of that. Generate the clip art. You don't have to think about which animal will it be and what shape or form it will be, what they will be doing. You don't need to worry about a single thing about here. Excuse me. That's where the magic that we bring across, right? With this latest and greatest update with design agents, because the whole idea here is these are automated design agents that thinks, that looks in the market 24/7 and thinks on their own, that thinks creatively, backed by data, and give you the result that possibly for me to think about and get these clip arts done would probably take hours of thinking. What should we do? What prompt should be? All that kind of good stuff. But now you can get them out there pretty fast. Now, considering this part, let's talk about the next agent we got, okay, which is pet portrait. And this is something is hot right now, right? If you go on Etsy, you see these are popular. Now, what is pet portrait? Is basically people want their pets, right? Your user, your customers, and they are even open to pay $10 for an image, right? That's how amazing and that's how in huge demand it is, right? Now, what it is, right? So basically, they want to see their pet as a king or some artistic art of the pet. Okay. Now, how you can do that? Well, you can come to AI design agents, go to pet portraits, and then choose from library if you already have uploaded it, or you can upload the picture of their pet, right? I'm just gonna look and upload it. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to do anything. Just upload, right? Just upload. Let's say I want this, and 4 images, generate the pet portrait. Now it's gonna understand the breed. It's gonna make sure it follows the basically it just like what we have the consistent images for humans and 3Ds and 2D. This is consistent image, and in a kind of way is a pet portrait creator. It will take any pet, right? Dogs, cats, and stuff like that, and put them into these royal art style that now you can actually go and sell, number one, or you can have it for yourself or for your pet, or have it for fun. Because down the line, in this video as well, I'll be showing you, or in the next coming training, I'll be showing you how you can sell these, what are the print and demand services and all that. I don't want to get that right now, because let's talk about all the upgrades first, and let's talk about the monetization later part. All right, perfect. So let's go to, I'm just gonna refresh my screen sometimes, and then look at that, right? That's pretty amazing. Look at that. Just with one click, you got these amazing designs ready for you, ready to sell, right? Ready to use for your purpose, or ready to, do it for your client, do it for a customer, do it for any business or any purpose, right? Now, we talked about coloring page. We talked about clip arts. Now you can create pet portraits, right? Now let's create something t-shirt design. We're gonna cover all of that, right? So t-shirt design, we did some massive update here. Is let's say I wanna build a t-shirt, right? I want a t-shirt design, print on demand design created for fitness page, right? Because let's say I want to do it for myself and I want 10 designs, right? And I want people who are gym lovers or people who are health conscious, right? And it is going to automatically think about all the designs and everything, what is selling in the market, backed by data, looking over Amazon data, merch by Amazon, your Etsy, and all these Redbubble sites and everything. And it is giving you the best selling designs ready to serve, ready serve for you to use in, and that is a game changer. Think about this, right? No one in the market, be it Midjourney, be it Ideogram, be it ChatGPT, be it any AI company right now on this planet can never do that. Why? Because it takes a lot of back end thinking. And again, as I said, those creations and softwares and applications are created by developers for you, but Artistly is created by your suggestions and for you. So that's why all these greatest. I'm so excited to, So let me know in the comment section your thoughts while I'm sharing these. And look at that, right? Some beautiful designs, like you can see. Now, a lot of times you say like, okay, Yash, some of the designs come on, t-shirt design, I like it, I like the design of it. Well, you can always click on this I button, click on regenerate, and then it will basically take you to the part where you can generate four more quantities using the same prompt. So you get sometimes you get this update, but you can get multiple variations of that, right? And that's the beauty of that, right? And let's say I want to create for again another t-shirt design. For, let's say I want to do funny 10 designs I want, and I want for for Father's Day coming. Okay, let's do that. Now it's gonna look at over the data. It has the trend data, it has the sales data behind the things we're calling all the sides, looking over the entire internet, what's going on, what's going viral, what is getting the demand, and it will just give you the ready to sell ideas, best selling print on demand designs that you can never get before within one click. And that is the power. As I said, Artistly is not an AI image generator anymore. It is an army of AI agent that takes your idea to a finished product in one click. It's an automated design agent now, that thinks on its own, that is smart, that knows the market, that can actually do and so browse the internet and do the heavy lifting for you while you enjoy the sip of your coffee while getting your best-selling designs created for you. Look at that, right? That fuel. Look at that. That's how powerful it is. Now, let me show you something, okay? Now, we come to AI design agent. Now, this is something crazy, right? We all update, we all push, our videos on YouTube and all that. And the number one issue that we have is like, hey, our videos are not getting views. They're getting low number of, I'm not getting clicks. I'm just starting. I'm not getting any view. What's the point? Your videos are up to the mark, 5-star video. Well, if nobody's gonna click on your video, nobody's gonna watch it. You agree with me, right? Well, how do you let people click on your video? It's your thumbnail, it's your title, right? Now, how do you create a thumbnail? You need to think about it, you test, decide, and all. It takes a lot of time. Let's make your life simpler, okay? Come to YouTube thumbnail. The two options: recreate thumbnail, videos to thumbnail. This videos to thumbnail is a revolutionary part, okay? Recreate thumbnail is basic stuff, You get a thumbnail, you want to recreate it. That's okay, we've done that. This thumbnail part, video to thumbnail, is amazing. It's amazing, right? So let's say I upload any image, right? So I have multiple videos here. So let's say I have uploaded this video, right? So this is a duck video, like duck song video, right? Let's say this is someone's video that I saw on YouTube, right? Now this is your video. Now the beauty here is, right? Let's say your video is 2 minutes long or an hour long, doesn't matter, right? It's gonna go there, analyze your video from start till the end, pinpoint the areas that it thinks can go viral based on the YouTube live data, YouTube, trend data, YouTube viral videos, and then we'll give you like 10 thumbnails ready to use for your next video. How powerful that is. You can keep pushing videos, you can keep publishing videos, and you never have to worry about thumbnails anymore. Top YouTubers pay thousands of dollars for this. And now you have that same technology at your fingertips. You don't have to be creative. You don't have to think about what works, what will sell, what will click, what will go viral. Just upload your video, okay? Let it do its job, okay? Just take some time, let it do its job, and then it will automatically, it will automatically analyze your entire video, see the best parts, and just like this, as you can see on my screen, it will generate designs for you. Let me refresh my screen. And that is the beauty here, right? that you won't get anywhere else. And if you want to recreate again, let's say I'm going to go to design agents again. I'm going to do thumbnail, videos to thumbnail. I'm just going to post that video again. Maybe I think this is the video. All right, I'm going to do 10 thumbnails. You can pick which folder you want and generate them, right? And just sit there, take a few seconds analyzing the video. AI is going through each frame by frame second, learning what you're saying, understanding the context, looking at other videos, what other people are using, what's going viral, what is trending, what is getting people results, so you can get the same results for you without thinking about anything, without spending hours researching it, right? And this is game changer, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, right? And this is where it changes the game. Just wait for a few seconds and it will generate beautiful thumbnails for you, right? You can just download them, use them for your videos, right? So all these are getting cooked, right? I call them cooked, right? These are your beautiful thumbnails are cooking. Let's get some more interesting stuff done there, right? We talked about clip art. We talked about coloring pages. We talked about t-shirt design. We talked about YouTube thumbnails, right? We talked about pet cover. It's time for some crazy stuff, right? Let's say now we have script to storybook. That means you can take your script, convert it into a storybook. All wanted that, right? I want my script and all that. And now you can create your storybooks in different languages, and you can actually create talking storybooks. Let me show you, okay? Let me show you. So well, let's see what happens with our thumbnails. Well, just so that we are okay. I'm just gonna refresh this. Let's see. Sometimes internet thing. All right, we are the thumbnails cooked. There you go. Where are the ducks? 5 little ducks. Can you find them? Gone. Safe at least. Rainbow ducks. Count 5, 3, 2, 1. I like this one. Maybe I'll use this, and you can split this. You can put one of them, use multiple of them. Up to you, but you got the flow, right? And then something very interesting here that I just want to point across, right? You're not just done with here. You can take these prompts. The prompts are the magic in AI world, right? It's a prompt world we are living in, right? You can take this prompt and you can actually go use Art Illustrator, and generate the same thumbnail but in different designs. Maybe you want the design in a Pixar style. You can get that, right? So you're not limited just to that style. Just wanted to pinpoint that, All right, so we got so many stuff. Let me know if you're loving this, enjoying this, getting a lot of amazing stuff. And I'm gonna come to your questions just in a bit. All right, let's do kid storybook, right? So you can create storybooks. By the way, now you can create personalized storybook. I'm gonna come to that. Let me cover the kid storybook part, some latest updates to this. Okay, so everything is same here. You go to create storybook. You pick your niche. You pick your story type. You pick your age group. You put your story summary. You put your number of characters, number of pages. Done, right? And then you would have your images ready to be converted into a flipbook, right? So far we have followed the process, right? Now the next part, guys, here is now you select the story. This is a 22-page story, right? Now you have the option. Okay, let me know how many languages you want your storybooks to be in. So far it supports English, Dutch, French, Germany, Hindi, Spanish. We have in the pipeline Portuguese and some other suggestions that we will get. We'll definitely ship them. All right. So, for example, I'm gonna do English, right? And now you can actually create talking storybooks, right? Talking books, right? That means there's this thing like, okay, you created it, but there has to be someone to speak it loud, read through the points. Now, actually, your kid or anyone can play each page and will automatically speak so that they can follow through that. It's much easier for them to grasp it. For 3 to 5 year old kids, they can follow along with that. That's the beauty here, right? So you have this amazing speakers, in like different languages, different accents, and all that. Let's say I like Karen, so I'm gonna use Karen, and all right. So I'm just gonna all right. And then I'm going to select the template. Basically, this will be a text page template. I'm going to pick this one. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick my front page. I'm just going to pick any front page because right now internet is a little bit slow this side. Anyways, So I'm just gonna pick any style that appears here. Let's say just this just for the time being, and you can put your back cover. This is the most requested thing, that because KDP require front cover and back cover, so you can upload your custom back cover and generate the flipbook, right? So now here's the thing that you might face, right? Which is the story and the pages have to be in line, and which is why I highly recommend is, just in case if you face this thing, all you can do again, right? Very simple, right? Come to AI design agents again, okay? Design agents, create storybook, your stories, and just regenerate them. Because sometimes what happens, guys, right? I just want to point this across here, right? Very clear. As we're pushing this massive upgrades, sometimes what happens is the old story is not, one page missing or one story missing behind the scenes and all that. Just to have a smoother flow, you can always recreate your already made story. So I'm going to do mom and son moral story. She's teaching him a lesson. I want to use this style, and we have this trend 4:5, and you have much more designs, right? By the way, if you haven't noticed, we got some Minecraft cinematic style as well, which is very viral these days, right? I'm gonna show you how you can create more of that. Let's say I want to create a storybook in Minecraft style. Well, it is gonna create. I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds, and it's gonna create 22 pages, guys. 22 pages in front of you with all that, and that's the power of it, right? And I'm gonna show you something really, really cool here. Okay, go to AI design agents, and I'm gonna go to personalized storybook, right? And this is game changer, guys. Okay, let's say my child's name, right? So my child name is Yash still, right? It's male, number of pages, I want 10 pages. Interval age, he is 4 years old. I want the tone of the story, like where you want you want him to be a hero in an epic adventure, or cinematic, or magical, dreamy, or you can put your custom story. You want a horror style or stuff. I want to just keep it simple. I want to do epic adventures, right? Generate the prompt. Now what it's gonna do? It's gonna create a hero story, highlighting and making the kid, right? Making your kid or grandkid, or making him the hero of the story. Give you all the page context. Now you upload the photo, right? The child's photo. I'm just gonna upload it here. I'm just gonna pick from uploaded. You can drag and drop here, guys. So I'm just gonna, for example, if I have one, or otherwise I have to down. I'm just gonna. Okay, we got this. I'm just upload this, and do 4:5 and generate the storybook, right? I'm gonna show you how this looks like, right? Well, let me just show you our storybook that got created, right? Which is pretty cool. Look at that. And a lot of people complain about, look at the character consistency that we nailed in with the V5 update, version 5, right? Now you see, almost consistent characters across the board. You will notice that, same stuff like that. So try it now with the V5, and you will see far better character consistency. Period. Right. So now here's the thing. Again, create flipbook, select the story, create the flipbook. It's gonna take that. Now this time I want my book in Spanish. Love that. Now page template and page style. I like this style. Oh, soon we'll be shipping like more page templates and the ability to upload your own page templates. For now, you can play with these. These are plenty of good styles here. I'm gonna pick one style, and just as the cover image, back cover, you can generate the flipbook, and just give it some time, right? A minute or two, right? While you enjoy a sip of your coffee, you will have your book ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to show you while this is being cooked, right? So I'm going to show you the personalized storybook, right? How does it look like? This is the thing. I uploaded a girl named Ria, right? She's a 6-year-old girl. And look at that, right? It's a story, right? Look at that. That's the power it is right now, right? You can create and sell these personalized storybooks. Number one, you can create it for your grandkids, you can create it for fun, or you can create it for your projects, right? That's beautiful, right? You don't have to sit there, illustrate all the designs, think about all the story. This is the new era of automated agents, and we're bringing this with Artistly. Let me know what you think about this in the comment sections, right? Her journey began with the mountain, and she founded this. and it's a beautiful story that you're gonna love it, right? You're gonna that's the power of it. The power of it is, right. So while we are doing is our kids storybook is getting published, is getting pushed, it will automatically convert them into flipbooks, right? It is already ready while we are talking, and you can read them, you can download them, you can download it in a PDF that you can use to upload. A lot of our members in the community have already started uploading these designs. And look at that. In Spanish, though I don't understand Spanish, I understand a little bit of, look at that beautiful this is, right? Like it would take anyone hours, even days and weeks for you to simply get these styles done, but you nailed it. This is the new Minecraft style. I am loving this style. You can play with this as well, and it's just beautiful, right? And another thing that I want to add here is like, hey Yash, you're publishing this and all that. Is there a way we can monetize these books as well as sharing? Though there's an interesting thing that we did. Okay, so when we come to my flipbooks, right, you can add your own affiliate link here, right? So anyone who you shares these books and they like it, you'll be rewarded with a commission, right? And that's just a tip on the iceberg. Like you have this storybook, so it basically you can share this openly, freely for the entire world. And then whenever somebody likes it, likes to create one or whatever it is, you will get commission for that, right? If somebody wants to, they go to the storybook and then they decide to purchase it, right? For example, how would it work? Let me just show you, right? So this is how you understand, right? Very important that you understand this, right? So I'm going to share this with the world, right? So I'm going to share this. I'm going to show you how it works, right? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, right? So this is the thing, right? I'm not logged in, and your average consumer, like an average user, is also not logged into Artistly because they don't have Artistly, for example, right? Now the beauty here is they enjoy the storybook, right? And now they cancel it. They go to the page, but this page is your affiliate page. It's your affiliate link, right? So you get a little tip on the iceberg, right? You guys have been asking for that. So it's a nice tip of the iceberg, but we are not done yet. This is just scratching the surface, okay? Now, we covered about the storybooks, all kind of storybooks, wall art, right? It is the huge, underrated style and the niche that I don't see a lot of people, right? And I'll be doing a specific training on these print-on-demand wall arts, but I want to show you how powerful it is, right? So you do wall art, you say, I want the wall art in a Van Gogh style, I want it in a 4:5 dimension, I want 10 designs, and I want, like mountains, for example, right? Anything, right? It's gonna think about it. Look at all the Amazon, look at the bestsellers, look at Etsy, just entire billions of parameters and billions of data on the internet. We're gonna look for it, and then it will give you your best-selling print-on-demand design that you can sell for as a wall art, right? For people who want it for the shop and who want it for, and I have actually identified some really hidden niches specifically in this wall art category that I don't see a lot of people doing it. I'll be talking about that in the next training, but just as we are going through these upgrades, I want to show you this is the most underrated niche right now, and I wanted to let you know. I want you to be equipped with all the best pieces of the internet and best pieces of the AI at your fingertips, so you are not left in this wave, right? In this era of automated agents, right? So we got book covers, right? You can create book covers, by the way, and there's a nice little thing called soulmate sketch. It's kind of like it's trained, it's an astrology, stuff like that. If you input the data, you're gonna get the soulmate sketch, and the readings is very powerful, specifically for those of you who are into psychic reading and all. Give it a try. You're gonna love this, right? You can create seamless patterns, and this is in a nutshell your AI design agents. And this is just the tip of the iceberg what Artistly can do. You can do very many things, and I'm going to show you that. All right, now let's come to design assistants, right? And this is the power, right? This is very powerful, right? It's very, very powerful, right? Now you can design characters, right? There's this thing like, I wanna do it for my book. I wanna design my own characters. Well, you can now come here, say I wanna create 10 years old warrior. I don't know, right? and I want the warrior in a flat illustration style, a Pixar style. I want 4 characters just to start with. It will automatically, create your character design sheet in a way we call it, right? I'm going to refresh my screen, excuse me, and let's see, right? Now there you go. You got these beautiful, you know, beautiful designs, the beautiful wall art, specifically that goes really, really viral and with this, artistic style to it, right? And, you have it at your fingertips, right? Now in the design assistant, we have character creator, right? Now there is this one specific request. Hey, I want to turn my own photo into watercolor painting and stuff like that. This is for you. Okay. So now let's say I want to upload this thing, right? And I upload this gentleman, let's say this gentleman, and I want him as a watercolor painting. You have to prompt it what you wanted, right? Watercolor painting, okay, and you have to say, right, on the hill, for example, right? You say what dimension you want. Now the beauty here is, guys, it's going to basically keep the face detail that no other AI does, right? This is your 10-year-old young 10-year-old warrior that we have. So just give me a one moment. Just gonna take a sip. While we are doing, let me know your Paul. Do you see any questions in the comments?
Yes, I had one question to ask, which was the question was, where's the train my own AI? I know we put it under the consistent characters tab right now. So
Yep,
can I
yep,
just show that while this is being done, where
yep.
it's located?
Show that. So we're gonna come to the consistent character now, right? But before we come to the consistent character, I want to show you what design agents can do because this is just an upgraded version, right?
Yeah, just
Now,
one sec while you get to it. So, guys, before, what train your AI meant was basically you can upload your own photo and train it so you can create more variations of it. And then you could also do it where, for example, it was a cartoon photo and all that. So we merged all of that into the consistent characters tab. It's all in there. It's just more
yep,
easy. Instead of having 20 different options, it's all in one. So it's easy for you
yep.
to reference, okay? So we will kind of name it so you guys can understand for those who have the previous versions and got used to that tab. But it's the
Yes,
same
sir.
thing. So go to consistent character, realistic images, train your own AI is there, or cartoon or whatever. That's the case with other options as well. I saw some questions come in regards to that. We'll cover as well where they're located
Yep.
in the new update. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so your character creator and portrait is that. Now there are a few things as well, right? Which is this is a massive update for specifically for those of you who are into e-commerce, sell your own products, do it for your clients and all that. Now this product photo is game changer, right? Let me show you. I'm gonna upload a photo, right? So for example, I'm just gonna go here. Let me just go there. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to design assistant again. I'm gonna go to product photos. I'm gonna come to upload it, right? And let's say I have this clothing piece, right? Let's a frock, right? And this is one of the biggest demand for the your e-com store owners and e-com business owners. Like, okay, I want this, but I want some markups and designs that this piece of frock being, on like a girl in the garden and all that for ads and all that. Now you can do that, right? Pretty cool. Let me show you, right? So say girl wearing the frock. That's a blue frock, right? This is the thing in the garden. And that's the beauty here, right? And it generated the image. Now this is just a game changer for any, whether you want it for your, your jewelries and for your what do you call it, right? Your t-shirts, your pants, your shirts, your joggers, your hoodies, your anything like that. This is product photo and markup creator is the game changer because now you can put your own logos on virtual models. You can generate virtual models with your own logos. Amazing stuff, right? And that's in design assistant. Make sure I'm going to show that result while it is done. Let's come to consistent character because that's where it's thing. Now we support multi consistent characters with different designs. We support normal consistent character if you have like 3D, 2D, and realistic image was previously train your own AI. So, for example, I'm going to go to realistic image. I'm going to go to choose from library. I'm going to go to uploaded. And then I'm just going to do, I don't know, I'm just going to do, and I say male, hi, 1:1. And let's say there's a cowboy, right? Cowboy in the farm, right? For example, and generate the image. This is your train your own AI, but this is just inside that. just to make life simpler and better, right? Just to make, and there you go. This is a piece of frock that I just showed you, with perfect fingers, perfect style, and now you can get this, use it as a design, use it on that. This is just a, like look at that. This is a train your an AI, right? And that's a power. That's a power with this, right? So we got this consistent character. We got the AI design assistant for your e-commerce needs. We got character creator for your book creation, stuff like that. AI portrait for creating portraits, turning your design into different styles. We got upscaler. We're gonna talk about that upscaler, but I prefer using upscaler in AI bulk action. That's just next level thing. Let me cover that, right? Consistent characters. Now you can think about any character, right? Just let's say, for example, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna go to consistent character. Okay. I'm gonna go to 3D and 2D style. I'm gonna choose from library. I want, let's say, I want this guy, and I want him, a boy, simple prompt, right? Boy cooking in the kitchen, right? 1:1, boom, generate the image. Now you're not gonna have any issues where, oh, my images are not consistent. Oh, I want my specific illustration for my book. If you have your characters nailed in, created by anywhere else, you can generate consistent images very smooth, very smoothly here, right? I'm just going to show you, this is your watercolor painting with the AI portrait, very, very powerful. I'm going to show you, right? He is now a boy sitting. I'm going to do boy sitting on the bench, in the snow, right? Snow. That's it. Simple stuff, right? Your prompts are the key. Your prompts are the key to unlock the new stuff, right? So these are just two images. This is just thing. Just refresh it, and there you go. You got your boy cooking in the kitchen in the way you want it. This is a guy. Look at that. And that is what you get with the V5 update. We have upgraded all our systems and you get perfect results. You don't have to try multiple times and get the perfect results. You're going to have this boy sitting in the thing, and you can actually imagine. And now for your books, you can get custom illustrations done very quickly, right? And then now you don't even have any issues because now you can combine multiple characters, right? That's a beauty there, right? Whether it is realistic people or illustration and all that, you can combine. Let's say I'm going to go to my AI characters, right? For example, I'm just going to show you, okay? My AI characters, and I have this guy over here. Let's say I'm going to pick him, and we have let's say this guy over here, and I want them. I want 4 quantities, okay? And I want 1:1, and say 2 boys playing together in the garden, right? And you generate the character. You're gonna have 4 images, right? Just so that you have multiple variations and all that. And that's a power it is, right? So that's what you're gonna get there, right? So for example, I'm gonna go to consistent character again and show you again, right? With that character. Let me just choose from library, my AI character, or let's say all folders, you pick your design and say, a boy sitting on the bench in the snow, right? I'm just going to generate that. And then while these are being generated, I'm going to show you what you can do with AI Art Illustrator, because now you have your painting illustration, your wall art style, your specific clip art styles, coloring pages. And if you scroll down a little bit, you have these beautiful AAA gaming style. And I'm just going to show you, this is just next level crazy stuff, right? So I'm going to say, senior man as the hero in the thunder on the ship. And just I'm very poor prompting, by the way, but I let the AI do the heavy lifting test, anyways. So now I'm just gonna get these generated. I'm gonna wait for my results, and there you go. These 2 boys, they're playing in the garden together. How beautiful that is, right? Pretty powerful, right? And then I'm just gonna show there, and 1 second while this, look at that. Like, this is your A class, A level, your gaming design that you can. And now these are the styles that are very trending, right? Because this gives that hyper realism vibe to your, if you have like your PlayStation gaming vibes, and you can create storybooks with these styles, and that's really, 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 really powerful, right? and that's the play there, right? And now you can come to AI bulkation and bulk action, and this is I'm very excited about this, right? So let me show you this, right? Now, the thing is with AI bulk actions is, you you want to sell clip arts, you want to do something, you want to do t-shirt design, you want to do walls art and all that. There are like dozens of designs, and you wanted to, follow a process there, right? Like, for example, let me show you, right? Let me pick some of these images, okay? Let me, if I can find some, 1 second, like some designs and all that, if I can find. Oh, you know what? Let me create more design. Let me show you this process, right? Let's say I've come to design agents and I want clip arts, right? And I want clip arts of cute kitten, for example, right? And I'll do 10 images and generate the clip art, right? Now the process from here to be able to sell it on Etsy or stuff like that, you need, convert it to 300 DPI, upscale them, remove the background and all that. And you would have to spend hours doing it one by one, one by one, one by one. You don't have to worry about that, right? These are some, excuse me, these are some pretty cool, interesting designs and interesting designs ready for me. I'm going to go to bulk actions. I'm going to come here. I'm going to pick as many images I want. Well, you can pick, 10, 20 images here. I'm going to pick all of them real quick. All right. I'm going to select 8 for now. And then you can create a workflow. Like, hey, AI, first remove the background, please. All right. Second, I wanted to convert it to, I wanted upscale. I wanted upscale to 4K, stuff like that. And I want it to be converted to 300 DPI, and you can build these workflow and just build the action. You just name it. I'm just going to name it PSRV1, right? And build. Now, the beauty here is it's going to take all that process, okay? Take all this design, remove the background, convert to 300 DPI, upscale it, ready for you to sell your packages, right? Sell your packs on Etsy and stuff like that. And this is never done, right? Every tool that you have to do manually, manual one-to-one, manual one-by-one, which is just a very, 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 very time-consuming process. Now, just made it very simple. While these are being done, generally it takes you, some time because these are bulk images and all that. You can just go for a walk, and your images will be ready, right? And yeah, that's the thing, right, guys? We got agents here. You have V5. I want to show you more stuff in the V5 because previously we had AI image designer and we have AI perfect text designer. We combined it and upgraded it, right? And that's why in your design, if you see that there was this fix the image option and it's not available there, that's why we intentionally removed it, because most of the image that you see will come here perfect. So if you want to create photorealistic images, come to photorealism. If you want animal style images like anthropomorphic animals, cinematic, real life animals, animal cooking, animal traveling, it's in the category. So we made your whole experience of navigating through the, much better. You don't have to keep scrolling down and all that, right? So that's the beauty. You want to recreate any image that you see on the internet. Well, there you can. Let's say I want to recreate this image. I'm just gonna upload to Prompt Magic. It's gonna take it. It's gonna describe it. It's gonna decode it for me, so that I don't have to think about prompt. Because a lot of times we have this issue of portraying our thoughts to an AI. This solves it. Okay, this solves it. Use the prompt, generate to Fort style, and done. Right. This is the high quality. You can convert to quality. And look at this. Right. All my designs are ready here, upscaled and background removed. How powerful that is, right? If someone doesn't come good, you can always redo them and all that. And mostly you will find perfect cutting, perfect with edges detection and all that. We got the world's best background removal system over there, so it cuts all the pieces properly and perfectly and gives you the design that you want. So that is, in a nutshell, it's your Artistly V5. Again, it's not an image generator anymore. It's an automated army of design agents that takes your idea into a finished product, into a bulk design in just one click, so that you can get there faster. Because right now it's all about speed and the quality, right? Because again, remember, 0 multiplied by 100, it's still a 0. So you need quality and you need speed. And both of that you get in Artistly. I know some questions that how you can some questions that how like this AI design assistant and all that showing blocked and elite. So Paul, you can show like if the person, if the user already has the commercial, how do they like unlock these things just in case if they don't have the unlimited or elite license. You can show that process.
Yeah, so there's two ways to do it, folks. So one is basically it's gonna pop up like a message will pop up when you try to click AI design agents or one of these features saying, hey, you need to upgrade, and then you can click on that button, it'll go to that direct link. That's one way. The other way is you guys can go to this link. I'll put it up right now. Actually, I'll post it for those who are asking. It's maybe easier because it's a little bit there. So in the chat, you guys can check it out. So it's basically artistly.ai/l/elite. So you guys can go there. But the easiest way is just go to your My Purchases in your account and it'll show up there to get it. If you tested it, it is in there. So that's one where you can go to. I posted the link. But so like, let's just go to that My Purchases. I'll show you how that would look like just as an understanding. So you'll see it. Let me take a look at that. My screen here. All right.
And while Paul is opening that up, I see some. I'm gonna answer some questions, right?
Yeah.
So perfect. When we're gonna have the V5 upgrade? We are slowly rolling out. The next 24 hours, every one of your account will be upgraded automatically for absolutely free update, right? Version 5, and enjoy it, right? So perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna look something like this, guys. So in this account, it sees Artistly Unlimited, right? So if you had the basic account, it's gonna have an option go up in your My Purchases to get the Elite, right? If you click on that, it's gonna go to like just how like it says check details, it'll go to that page where basically you can go purchase it. So what that means, in other words, is like if you went into, let's say, Artistly.ai, right? I'll just go right now. So for you folks, so you can see it. So here, see when you go down and you click this purchase, right? So what's going to happen is you see how it says commercial and then premium, right? So the question was, what's the difference between premium and elite and unlimited? It's the same thing, right? The idea is that we only have one thing that you can upgrade if you bought this commercial basic account. So what we mean by basic account is this $49 one-time payment account. So if you got this one, basically you get a bunch of these features as mentioned here. But if you want the AI design agents and some of these other things, because of the high number of compute resources, meaning AI servers that are required, we want you to get this. So let's say you get the premium account, which is this one, $147. So then what happens is here, you don't have to buy anything. So it's included. So that's what is in my account. You see, it says unlimited. So I got this one. So then it's unlimited. You don't have to buy anything. All the stuff we talked about is included. Now, what happens is if you got the commercial, right, account, and then that $47 one, let's say, for example, and then let's say you don't know how to upgrade or whatever, it will be under that My Purchases link that you see there, right? So what will happen is you'll say check details to get the elite or premium or unlimited or whatever, it's the same thing. Then you can just, it'll go to a page that looks something like this. Hey, upgrade one time, it'll expire at any time, that kind of thing. And then it'll be $97 or whatever, and then you click on it.
It's a lifetime membership. 100%.
Yeah, this is for the lifetime access, right? Obviously, and then that's the elite / let's say premium or unlimited or whatever. So that's it. You get that, and you don't have to buy anything. To answer the simple point is, if you're already unlimited, you get everything. Okay, meaning on that page, there you got this 147. You never have to buy anything. We've been updating it for the last few years now already. You saw 5 version updates, right? Obviously. But in the case of you just got the $49 version, so then under My Purchases you'll see it. Or even like, let's say you go in here and then there was a question that came in that I saw, which was, hey, you know, mine doesn't show V5, just log out. So you go to log out and log in and you're going to see it. So this is the update V5, the video is updated here as well, right? If that is clear. And then here you see Fast AI Image Designer. You go in here and any one of these, let's say AI design agents. You click on it, a pop-up will show up saying, hey, you don't have access to it because you only have the basic account. Do you want to upgrade? And it's going to take you to that link. That link will take you to that page I showed you, which is where you can get it for $97. That's the idea here. So these features, because of the high number of compute resources, as I mentioned, a little bit expensive for us, actually very expensive for us. So that's the idea here. Now, the other question that came in as well that I kind of wanted to answer here while we're at it, was the question was about train your own AI. I wanted to address that and some other topics like that, which was, hey, you know, in the previous version that I was using, version 4.0, I had some of these features that I was using. So we've not removed any features. We've kind of merged them together to simplify it. Because what happens is if we added all these features, let's say all these features that we have under these subcategories of AI design agents on the top here, okay, it would not have been so easy for you to navigate, especially if you're going through your laptop and stuff like that. So that's the reason why we put them under subcategories. Under AI design agents, you have clipart, coloring page, and YouTube thumbnails and all that kind of good stuff, like script to storybook and stuff like that. In the case of train your own AI, remember we had train your own AI where you had to train your own realistic, your own faces, 3D, 2D and stuff like that. We put that under the consistent character. So in other words, it's in the consistent characters tab. Under that, realistic images is your photos. So this is where you can put yourself wearing a suit or doing actions or whatever. That's basically here under the realistic images. 2D, 3D is where you can upload a 2D or 3D photo, and multi-consistent characters is where you can have two photos and then create, multi-consistent character photos and that sort of thing. Similarly, to think about it logically, where would my, for example, like as we mentioned already, right? Where would the mock-up creators and print on demand and product photos, they're under the AI design agent. So we basically made them more streamlined. So in the future, when we're making additions to it, let's say we can all put them under these sections here. It'll be easier for you to navigate as a user thing, because what we are noticing is we're doing all these updates. Guys are spending weeks, months to do it, and people, when they get overwhelmed, they log into the application and they're like, there's 30 options. I don't know. I keep scrolling and scrolling. It's too many things happening. And that is the reason why we did it this way. Okay. So that's the other thing that I kind of wanted to address here as well. So hope that is clear. And then the other thing was about this. My favorite personally was this. I know how much time was spent by Yash and our team to get this done, okay? This is the AI bulk actions, and this is the future, whether you like it or not, whether a lot of these folks who create AI design tools, let's say a Canva or a Photoshop and stuff, this is where it's headed. So what I mean by that is when you click here, you can pick a bunch of photos, right? You can pick a bunch of photos and you can run sub tasks underneath it, So let's say I pick a photo here, right? Say I select. I can then say, for example, next, what do I want to do? I want to remove the background of this image. Okay, I can do that next, right? And then next, I can add another step. What do I want to do after this? After it removes the background, I want it to upscale. There you go. And in the future, we'll be adding more of these, what we call workflow, step by step. Because what that means is, in other words, tomorrow you wanted to do some things where, hey, I'm kind of just frustrated with having to manually remove a background, manually upscale an image, or let's say outpaint an image, meaning you're stretching a vertical image to a horizontal image. Or let's say, for example, we're talking about storybooks. One of the questions that came in is 300 DPI. I want to convert it for 300 DPI. Okay, I want to use it. So you can convert that right here. And the idea is that certain times, it simplifies things. Let's say you created an image in a certain dimension and you want to turn all those images into different dimensions. You can do that here. You want to upscale all images at once. You can do that here and add other elements. So this is going to be worked upon a lot more into the future. And the beauty of this will be that it will simplify a lot of the steps that you had to go step by step into one. And you can do multiple images, as you can see here too. So, and that will be even more focused towards it down the line. And the reason why I'm so excited about this is to address that main question you folks were asking, which was effectively, hey, I like this one feature in Artistly. Let's say it was the upscaler feature, or let's say it's a storybook feature. Let's say it's personalized storybooks feature. But, I created the images. I want to do this one extra thing. Right now I have to upload every single image to do that. Or let's say, for example, if I could just remove the background to upload it to Amazon, or make it a transparent background image for an e-commerce product, or let's say for even a book or whatever, that you can do with this workflow, okay? And this is an engine we've developed. So what that means, in other words, is we can further develop it into the future and add new things. Okay? This is the reason why it sometimes takes long to make these updates. It's because we're thinking of it more in the perspective of not, oh, we just created this update and we're done. It's more like, hey, what do we add here to simplify it? And just think about it, right? Like one of the feature requests that came in, which I just was checking right now, was, hey, I wanted this element and I thought that was excellent, was, hey, in the past, we used to have subcategories, 2D, 3D images and stuff like that under the AI image designer. Right now, when I go here, I see create from prompt. I don't see that option. Why did we do that? Well, it's because if you go here, if you think about it, here under the AI Illustrator, we have more categories. So instead of just a drag down where you have 2 or 3, now we have anime style, we have doodle style and all that stuff. So you can come here, you want Pixar style, you can do it. You can pick a bunch of quantity here, 4 or 5, the dimensions and all that, and you can generate them. No need for prompting, no need for wasting a bunch of time. Say for example, I want to do, let's say, for example, a cartoon character, and I wanted it to be in 16 by 9, let's say like a horizontal YouTube thing, where I'd say cute 3D cartoon duck is swimming in the ocean and escaping sharks, let's say, right? Let's say that's the thing, right? You see here, we added the edit from prompt. What do you want to do? We have the enhancement. You can enhance this prompt a bit, and it'll enhance it, so it'll make it a little bit better, so I don't have to use any creativity. And boom, you see this? I put this right here, then I can generate the image. Now, why this is exciting for us personally, even if you bought the $49 commercial license, the basic account or whatever, why we are so excited about it is that the engine that generates the images is perfect from the get-go. This was why we named it v5.0. We could have named it 4.8, 4.9, whatever. Why that matters is that in the past, we used to allow you, say for example, if you go in here, I wanted to show you this one real quickly, which is what's so exciting from that standpoint. So if you go here, you see how we set speed and quality, fast and high quality, okay? What does that mean? Let's just discuss. What does that exactly mean? So let me zoom that in. So I kind of want to talk about this. So in the past, what that meant was when you put high quality, right, it just took a little bit longer to generate the image, but it gave you better quality, correct? So then a lot of people, what they would say is, I just don't want all the settings. Like when I go into AI design agents and I create a storybook, or I go to virtual influencers or posters and stuff like that, I don't want to have to decide between fast and high quality. Whether it's 10 images at once, 4 images at once, I just wanted high quality from the get-go. So this took a long time to figure out how do we do it, because we have limited resources, limited servers and stuff like that. And so finally we've done it in a way where even if you got the basic $49 account, doesn't matter, right? Even if you got that, the quality is going to be highest quality that's available in the marketplace today for any price. So that means, in other words, anything you can imagine, you never have to worry thinking, hey, because I didn't select this high quality, is that the reason why the quality of the image is low, or the text quality is low, or whatever it might be. So in other words, if you think about it, so if I generated this cartoon duck image story, correct? I did this, you see this 3D style, looks pretty cool, right? And what I'm trying to get at here ultimately is that if this was the image before, you would have thought, hey, if it is 4 images, the quality might not be that good. So one of the 4 images might be good. That was the reason why every other application in the marketplace would offer you to do 4 images at once, because the fear was, hey, 1 out of the 4 or 2 out of the 4 would be good. The other ones might have 6 fingers in the hand, or 5 legs or something like that. And so here, what we did is we systemized that such that they are good every single time. Okay, from the get-go. Whether you did 4 images at once, you did 1 image at once, whether you used the storybook, you used any one of these features, from the get-go, it's high quality. Okay, now the same way it also applies to any of these bulk generation stuff that we're talking about. So let's say bulk actions we discussed just now. We're talking about AI Illustrator. We're talking about the AI design agents, where it does the whole storybook for you, or it does the whole thing, actions for you. Let's say the bulk actions, or the flipbooks section, all this other interesting stuff that we've done. What we've actually focused on, if you see like this AI design agents and this personalized storybooks and other cool things, is again, coming back to the point, whether it's your stories, creating a new story and all that, every single module, or let's say aspect of it, is of the highest quality possible. Okay, so in other words, let's say OpenAI came with GPT 4.5, and it is a little bit better to write the story behind the scenes for us. I'm saying we didn't include that because it's of the highest possible quality. We don't want you to think, hey, there's another tool out there which can generate better scripts for me. You see, Or let's say it's image generation or text to speech where we're doing the narration. Hey, 11 Labs has better quality text to speech, so I want to use that. We didn't want you to do that. So every element of it is of the highest possible quality. And that allows us and allows you never to fear about the outputs not coming across the way it should. Okay, because of, let's say, for example, we kind of made it a little bit cheaper quality to save some bucks. We didn't want to do that. Okay, so that's the biggest aspect here. And then similarly, the other thing I wanted to mention here is that a lot of folks have a lot of niche features. Let's say, like for example, this one, wall art sketch, right? Not so much that everybody who comes in would use this feature, but some people have a specific use case for it. So in such a case, what we've done is, instead of you getting overwhelmed with a bunch of features, we put them as subcategory. But also, you see that little question mark on the top? We've also done the tutorials tab where each one of these features will have sub tutorials under them. So the 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes tutorials and stuff like that. So that means you can go in and you know how to use this feature and you're good to go. You don't have to come into a live stream every time to learn it. We're going to announce big features obviously here. But that's the goal here. And why do we do these live streams as a process? To get feedback as well, obviously. Okay, so one of the questions was, please provide integration into ClickSites. Perfect question. And that's gonna happen soon because we created the modules here. Because one of the problems always for us personally was, hey, let's do integration between Artistly and our Video Express 2.0 coming up, okay, very shortly. One of the things that we were concerned about was Artistly had a huge variation of updates, let's say for the last couple of years. So let's say you created image number second like a year and a half ago. That was not as good as image number 1 today, or image 1000 you created, let's say. So the problem always was, hey, from the get-go, if you're turning these images into videos, these flipbooks and the storybooks into videos, the images have to be of the highest quality. So when you go and integrate it into Video Express, the video will come good quality. Like if you do a blurry image that doesn't make any sense with like a human with 5 legs, I mean, a video ain't gonna come perfectly. So that's the reason why this update was so important for us to do it, where tomorrow for ClickSites, it's gonna be an easy integration because the images you generate are perfect from the get-go. Does that make sense? So that way you can link that and you never have to worry about quality and stuff like that, so that every aspect of it from the get-go is good quality. Now, what does that mean exactly for you? Let's talk about that, okay? Because that's the most important thing. So imagine a lot of you folks were asking us about the integrations with applications like a Video Express and stuff like that. When we figure out, say, the best quality text to speech, okay, which we did for the narration for the actual application for that personalized storybooks, we added the best quality text to speech voices. How did we figure that out? When we were working for Video Express 2.0 update, we figured out ways that we can improve the text-to-speech quality because we're doing a lot of research on that. So we thought, hey, let's include that into Artistly too, because it will make a lot of sense. So yes, some of these features will be integrated into other applications of ours as well for free that you own, because the idea will be always the best, okay? You should not be going to a Kling because it does better image to video. Well, you should be using Video Express. You should not be using 11 Labs because it has better text-to-speech. It will be part of our applications. Okay, you don't have to go and get ChatGPT 4.5 because it drives better script writing or whatever. It will be included in the application behind the scenes. We don't care about costs anymore. The idea here is about quality and the outputs, because at the end of the day, that's how the game is now. The AI space changes so often right now. It's so difficult, honestly, so that's what I've been focused on. Okay, so Yash, you're seeing any other questions, you can answer them as well. What I wanted to kind of talk about here after you've done is to go over some questions you folks were having as well.
Yep. So I see some questions regarding when this upgrade will be. It's going to be, we started the rollouts starting yesterday, and in the next 24 hours, every one of your accounts will be automatically upgraded to this, right? Now, people saying, okay, I got the unlimited and I got the elite, either or. Do I need to upgrade? No, you don't have. It's a free, massive upgrade that we did across the board for everyone, for absolutely free. It's the version 5. We started with version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the idea is 100%, right? You're going to have some suggestions and feedback. And I'm open for all the suggestions and feedbacks that you guys have, specifically considering, language suggestions, model suggestions, category suggestions, feature suggestions, and all that. Because again, as I said, this Artistly 5.0 would not be possible, would not exist without you guys, right? Because it's just made from your feedback, right? Every little detail that you see is by your feedback. And just want to say, because sometimes your team gets kind of does not get the limelight, and I just want to say that amazing team of developers and machine learning engineers and researchers, right, who spend day in and day out pushing this update, shipping this up. Because I'm not a technical guy, I'm telling you, right? Like I don't know how to code, right? I'm conveying your messages and your feedback in the system, and without you and without them, without the whole team, without the team, it would not be possible. I just want to say that I appreciate all your suggestions and feedback, and it really means a lot. And again, this is a 5.0. It's going to be 7.0, 8.0 in the future. Who knows, right? But one thing I want to make sure, that one thing that I make sure is 100%. I mean, this Artistly or any one of our product is not going to be your generalized products, right? It will be products to make your life simpler, get you faster results, get fantastic outcome that you can outbeat your competition. Because again, as I said, 0 times 100, it's still a 0. So you need speed and you need quality, and that's what the ongoing our application is going to fulfill. So you're going to be super fast in this AI world. You're not left behind by the competition, by the other people, and your quality is going to be outmost. It's going to beat everyone, right? So that's the idea. Just in case for the folks who are listening to this for the first time, who does not even like, if you're not even aware about Artistly, you can get Artistly. We have the link there, just in case if you don't have it. Anyways,
You can test ride for
so
like 49 bucks. I mean, really, what do you got to do? That's the starting point to get. And as I mentioned, even that $49 plan, one-time payment for lifetime access, even that one, you just go create design and you can do it right from the get-go. The quality is very high, even for that. Like any images that you design from here, like this create from prompt or whatever it might be, in any one of these dimensions, you can bet it's going to be the very best quality. So we did not really say, okay, this is a smaller plan, so the quality of the image will be slightly lower or whatever. It's going to be high quality regardless. It's just a couple of features which are mostly this design agent stuff, where imagine we're trying to generate an entire storybook for you, which is 50 pages, 25 pages, 10 pages, 5 pages, whatever, or personalized storybooks where you can upload your own photo and we train it so that every photo is consistently creating consistent character storybooks. That requires a lot of behind the scenes server resources. So that's one where you can buy it, and that was the only one upgrade you'd have to buy ever. So you can just get that and you're good to go, and we've done all the updates already. Now, just a couple of points that I wanted to also cover here as well, because I know a couple of questions came in, Yash, about the 300 DPI. So if people are having any issues with that, generally what's the general idea here? You suggest them to use the AI bulk actions feature for better output, or what do you suggest for the 300 DPI? What's
yeah.
the best approach?
So okay, so I'll tell you.
First of all,
So
let's talk about what is 300 DPI for those who don't understand it.
okay, so 300 dpi. So so in a language, it's like your pixels, right? And your these technical requirements, they have this thing is, your pixel needs to be stretched enough that they look perfect, right? And a lot of these images have 220 dpi. That means your pixels are smaller in a very simpler terms, right? So what that 300 dpi does, it kind of makes, like if each pixel divides into 300 pieces in a sense, so that when you stretch it, when they actually print it on your design or on your t-shirt, your designs, it comes perfectly. It does not blur out and stuff like that's why that's a formal practice, official practice, by your Amazon, whether it's KDP designs, your Pinterest design, your t-shirts and all, in a very simpler terms. That's what it means, is basically you're stretching your pixels by 300, so that when you use them on your t-shirt, when they use it on a t-shirt, when they print it, when they do the printing, it comes perfect. And that's the thing, right? Because your typical images are 20 dpi, your 30 dpi. So like when you stretch it, it gets blurred. But when you do 300 dpi, every pixel or every inch is perfect, right? So that's the beauty here. Now what you can do also, you can find 300 dpi also in AI design assistant as well. So if you go to AI design assistant, you will go, design assistant, and inside upscaler, you will see all the options because 300 dpi is a part of upscaling, right? Exactly, it means 300 dots per inch, 100%. So um, exactly, perfect. So that's the thing. You can convert to 300 dpi here, and yeah, that's you go, and you can upscale the image, and then you will get the results, right? You would get that quality enlarged
And
for
if you're
that.
having any issues, folks, on this or any other feature out there, because obviously we're always looking at your feedback, you can email us there. I'll leave the support email as well right now on your screen. So just email us. Maybe there's something we can take a look. Just FYI, just a reference point here that I wanted to mention here, which is of really good excitement for us. We have a support team that works 7 days a week, okay, for Artistly, okay?
So
Very important. It was a big major thing for us, a milestone. So what that means is Monday to Sunday, we have somebody in the support team working on your behalf. So you don't have to worry saying, hey, today's a Friday. If I don't mail within the next whatever, I'm going to only hear back on Monday. We wanted to avoid that. So that's 7 days. So on a Saturday or a Sunday, we have staff handling your support tickets for Artistly. So not an issue at all. Where are you going to see the support details? You see on the top, we also added this. I want to show you a couple of things. So you see this is the new updates tab. We're going to be loading all the updates here. So you see this, Artistly v5 is at coming soon, which is today. So you're going to see any updates on this. You see this. We posted a video here. So any new updates we make, we'll make it here. So you don't have to worry about, hey, should I check our Facebook group and stuff, which is good, obviously. But you can also check them here in the updates tab on the top. What we're going to do is every time you log in, so let's say you log in, we don't want to show it 10 times in the day, but maybe once every 24 hours, we're going to show you here so that you can keep monitoring that. Second thing is you see the support. We click on the support tab. You see this? And then you'll see the support tab. Although we said office is closed on weekends, you can ignore that. As of last month, we've been consistently doing 7 days a week. Okay, so just a quick update on that. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but for some people who are, let's say, who just purchased it on a Friday night and they want a quick support, they don't have to wait until Monday. You can start using it even on a Saturday morning or whatever. And then that's also different time zones our staff works at. So one of the things is I think we cover about 16 to 18 hours in a 24-hour period. Okay, so there's only about 6 hours where we don't respond. So which means there's a 80%, 90% chance that if you email us at a specific time zone, European, let's say American or whatever, Asia, whatever, most likely you'll receive a response back within a couple of hours or less, depending on whichever time zone you're in. It doesn't really matter. So that's the goal here, okay? The idea is to improve speed, because that's the support thing. Now, I want to also mention here, you see how 300 DPI it says processing, because a lot of upscaling is being done. So you got to be a little bit patient here for that one, because what we're really doing is upscaling it to a huge dimension, okay, if you think about it. So keep that in mind. And if you're seeing any issues, as I mentioned, you can email us there. As well as at the email, we will just reply back to you at support@artistly.ai there to see maybe there's some issue with your image or whatever, and we may even fix anything that could need to be fixed. Okay, that's not an issue at all, because we are very aware that there's so many different ways people use Artistly, so that is something that we are very aware of. So something even we didn't account for. Okay, that's the other reason. So we're going to be answering a couple other questions right now, and then I wanted to make this a very crisp webinar. The other thing I wanted to mention here is about tutorials. You see that last tab, it says tutorials. So let's talk about that. You see that little question mark there on the top? So this is where our tutorials are located, okay? So click on here. So let's say this one is an hour long. I mean, not everybody wants to go watch this hour long every single time. So what we did is we made all this list of tutorials here, as you can see, with the naming convention, and you scroll down, all these tutorials show up here. And some of the features, right? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but also main thing is with the version 5 in the next 24 hours, this tutorial will be completely upgraded just in case.
Yes, so our
So
team
yeah.
is working on that right now. So because of the fact that a lot of the changes we're talking about got sent to all the users at once, and will be in the next few hours as well, coming into all accounts. Like say, for example, one of the things that I noticed is for some of you folks, when you go to dashboard, this was showing V4, right? So what we wanted to do in order to avoid that is we just pushed it into all accounts so you don't have to see it, because sometimes what happens is somebody logged in a couple of days ago and they're logging back in, that session is from then, so it didn't update. So we made sure that we refreshed it so you all can see that right now, so there's no confusion. Similarly, even with the tutorials, that's the reason why in the next 24 hours or so, you're going to see on that tutorials page all the new features that we've discussed right now. And some of this stuff maybe we didn't even get to discuss because it was too small, like wallpaper art or something, may not have been the top priority in your mind. So that's the other reason. So a lot of questions came in also about, let's say, converting these into videos. So that is basically where we're going to be talking about in our next training sessions as well, which is our Video Express application, which is going to be having a massive version 2.0 update, as I mentioned before, with direct integration with Artistly. Okay, what does that mean? What that means, in other words, is if you go into your user account and you go to user profile, we're going to do something like this, like an API key. Okay, we're going to give you this that is going to be specific to every account. What we're going to do is not just Video Express, but other applications of ours, you can just basically copy paste this key into any of our applications. We're going to start off with Video Express, but then later on, let's say with the Video Express, you can turn that image into video, okay, in bulk. That's number one. In the case of, let's say, ClickSites for AI website designer, you can upload this API key and then put those images into your websites, for example, right? So those will be the integration points. So this was the starting point. You'll all see it soon in your account, but this is the way we're going to do it. This will be unique to you to use in any of our applications, okay? So that the integration will be smooth and straightforward. So that's the way we are planning on implementing that. There's other cool things as well we can get to, but I just want to mention that. Now, the other point as well is if from here, any feature that we've had in the past that I was want to answer, they were in the subcategories, okay? So let's say, for example, here in AI Image Designer, you go here, as you can see, we put these options right here. If you want us to create, let's say, a category, we were thinking about this, let us know in the next training session we'll talk about this, where we're thinking of like a quick let's say bookmark kind of thing. For example, if you like a specific feature, you can go in and it will be in the step number 1 right here. So it's going to show up right here or whatever. So you don't have to go into a subcategory and go in. So we're thinking about that. If that's something you folks want, let us know as well. Our team will work on it. The idea is basically if you're mostly using AI design agents and kid storybooks, let's say, that's the thing you're working on, you can kind of like it or favorite it, let's say, for example, and you come back to any one of the top settings, it'll be up here. Okay, so that's something like that. Similarly, why I'm bringing this up is if some of the features from the older versions that you folks liked, let's say, for example, they're not appearing here, let us know and we will put them up in here as well. Because what we did, as I said, is we merged some of them, right? So consistent characters, for example, realistic images is your train your own AI, for example. Okay, we can update the tutorials to reflect that, to make it easy. But in case you're not sure about that, of course, we're going to make sure that we name it that way. So let our support team know about this, okay? So that it's not a difficult thing for us to do. Because what we underlying thing that we did, and that's what I wanted to kind of mention here, is that the underlying quality from the get-go is going to be good now, which was not the case, let's say, with a lot of applications out there. I'd say all the other applications. Let's say, for example, in ChatGPT, for example, if you go in, if you don't pick the right option, let's say GPT 4.5, the quality is not going to be as good with GPT 3.5 or something, correct? With us, we didn't want to do that. From the get-go, it's going to be highest quality automatically, okay? So whatever choice you do. So this is the reason why if you want something which is maybe in a different category or something like that, let us know, okay? Because maybe we didn't account for that. Maybe you liked something in a certain way in a certain section. Let us know at support@Artistly.ai. We're going to check your feedback and get that up. Because the idea is, obviously, if you like something, why would we change it or do something like that? But just make sure that you check out your features in these areas. They will be there, okay? Now, where did you put perfect text? Excellent question. This is what I was looking for. Okay. The idea was initially when we put perfect text, this is exactly what I was referring to. When we did perfect text, it was 2 sections, okay? Why did we do that? Well, for us, perfect text used a different system to generate perfect text. So basically when you did that, it generated it from a different system And in the case of normal AI designer, it generated from a different system. There were two different systems that went through it. Now we merged them together. Okay, does that make sense now? So what that means, you don't have to worry about whether it is gonna have perfect text or not. It's gonna be perfect text regardless whatever image you design. Does that make sense? So let's say, for example, if I do photorealism and I put let's say, for example, an artist who is 65 years old, let's say a male artist, let's say a male artist 65 years old, holding the sign that says Artistly rocks. Okay, before you'd have to use the perfect text setting to get this. Now you don't have to. Does that make sense? So let's say you can even enhance the prompt here, as you can see, and you can make it a little bit better if you want. But regardless, if whether using text or whatever, it doesn't matter. You can generate it. So let's say whatever dimensions you want to do, 16 by 9, and then you want to do 4, then click generate. So what's going to happen is from the get-go, regardless of what option you're picking, the text will be perfect. Does that make sense now? That's very important, because one of the biggest issues we were facing also from customer feedback perspective, a lot of people were like, well, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You see this? See this? Perfect text. You see this? Perfect. You don't have to wait, see every single image as perfect. See Artistly, even the eye is perfect, you see? And let's say this one as well, see? See, it's it's perfect from the get-go. That's the basic idea here, see? That's the basic idea, okay? Got it? So that's the idea. So what we're aiming for was from the get-go, it's good. You don't have to see this. See how fast it's generating also, by the way. That's another thing we've improved. The quality is high, but the speed is very high too. Little details takes a long time to get it the way we want it, but way you want it, perfect. But this is the basic idea. So what I mean by that is, yes. So if you thought, hey, I have to go to that section to get the best quality, we don't want you to think that way. Every feature is the highest quality. Okay, that's the most important thing. Good thing you brought this up, because I wanted to mention this right here so that it makes more sense. Because see what happens, let's just think about it from an AI design perspective. We have something called book cover, for example. Okay, in book cover, you need really good text, obviously. So a lot of people would always think, hey, to get perfect text, I'm going to use the book cover option in order to get that brochure design or something else like that, which has nothing to do with the book cover. We don't want that to be the thought process. When you go into any of these options, regardless, it's going to be perfect text from the get-go. Does that make sense? Similarly, whether it is, let's say, YouTube thumbnails, right? Similar point. If you did recreate a thumbnail or videos to thumbnail, let's say you did recreate a thumbnail and you put a URL and you wanted to recreate it, okay? Let's say, for example, same problem. Thumbnails have perfect text. Okay, so people would say, okay, is there a difference between if I did videos to thumbnail or recreate thumbnail? Maybe they're using two different systems, therefore I'm kind of confused. Which one do I pick? Don't have to worry about that. It'll be perfect from the get-go, okay? So that's the most important way to think about what we're trying to do across the board. And that's for every single feature within Artistly as well. And similarly, even the dimension. So before, if you recall, if you did create from prompt, and let's say you created some dimensions, let's say 2 by 3 or 4 by 5 is basically Facebook news feeds and stuff like that. So let's say, or somebody was asking about Pinterest. Okay, can I create it for Pinterest? There's specific dimensions Pinterest would want. Similarly, regardless of what you picked, it'll be perfect quality. Again, very important, because a lot of times we had people who would generate 1:1 and then upscale it or outpaint it in the editor to make it into a different dimension. So that was the other ease of use thing. Now, the other question that came in is, then what happens to the advanced editor? Create design, and then we go to advanced AI image designer. What happens to this? Same concept applies here. Every single element here has been updated such that it will work from the get-go in the perfect possible quality. You see this? We have learn how to code, beginner course right here. You see this? So this allows you to do some other elements like custom consistent character and all that. Little bit more like a Canva or a Photoshop style editor. Again, what we did here across the board, if you think about it, is every element has been improved upon such that you don't have to use a specific idea or style. You can get it across the board. So let's say product influencer, you want them to wear certain clothing or whatever. You don't have to worry about, hey, is the quality going to be good if I upload a certain type of image? Let's say your image is lower quality. Can it upscale or work? Yes, it's going to work right across the board. Then yes, you see this Artistly 4.0. It shouldn't be 4.0. We're gonna update that. See one little detail I just noticed. Okay, but yeah, so this is the reason why this happened is in all accounts we were rolling out this update. Sometimes you have to log out and come back in to see that update. So we're gonna update this as well so that it applies to all accounts. So we have to do behind the scenes to refresh it. So it's gonna be a couple of seconds, not an issue. But you see this, right? Product influencer, text, media, choose from design, all these other features. The thumbnail thing we added as well recently, where a lot of people wanted to edit the thumbnail. See, if you go into the main application, the AI image designer application, and you go in to, let's say, design agents, and you did the thumbnail design, let's say, for example, YouTube thumbnails. Let's say you chose this and you created a thumbnail. What if you want to edit it? Let's add more text to it. Let's say you want to upscale it, or you want to make it a different dimension, resize it, outpaint, inpaint, whatever. Well, you can do that in the editor now. So like this one, like say, for example, these are like YouTube style, you see. So these require perfect text, perfect quality photo of the face, certain elements. That's the thing that we are actually doing here as well for the thumbnail update we made. So that basically will make you make it easy for you to add headings. Let's say you want to add a heading here, you want to add shapes here, you get the point. Layers and all that kind of good stuff, you can do it with a little bit more editing capability. So yes, we've updated as well. It's just that for ease of use, a lot of people prefer the general AI designer. It's fast, straightforward. For people who want a little bit more editing capability, they want to spend a little bit more time on that one image to make it better and better, the advanced editor. And you can do both, by the way, too. So you can always get a personal design element and bring that into the editor as well. So let's say you like this one as well. You can always save this and bring it into your editor. You can always add folders here and you can put them in. Not that difficult. Very straightforward setup here. Okay, you see this right here. It says edit this image. So let's say this image. I click on that little brush icon here, and then boom, it opens it up in the editor, you see? And then you can do different elements here and you can do that. So that's the reason why we did it. So that if you want more, if you will, editing capability to add a little bit more like a Photoshop Canva style stuff, you can do it with the editor. Okay, so just for those who were asking what happened to the editor, that's basically the answer. Hopefully it will be a clear answer for you. Okay, now another point also was the basic idea is basically how is this going to be playing out into the future? That's the last question I'm going to answer, and yes, you can go ahead with the other questions here as well. So what I wanted to kind of talk about right now is the plan. So first of all, Artistly, we want to make it the very best AI design tool. Anything with design, whether it is storybooks, whether it is anything you can imagine, we want to make it possible. Okay, whether it is design storybooks, whether it is whatever and anything you can imagine. Okay, so for example, in the application, what we did in the beginning, the idea was, okay, let's make this the best design tool. So we started off, you see, these were the original features, right? If you think about it. So we said magic merge, you can do it instant e-commerce stuff. You can do style replicator, you can style, like you can replicate a style of an image. Then we did the editor, as you can see, the Canvas style editor that you saw just now. And what are the kits and storybook. But what we are realizing is the future is not here. Okay, meaning Photoshop and say a Canva, those are old way of doing things. The new way of doing things is basically the AI should think and give you what you want ultimately. Okay, so what that means, in other words, is if I go into the Artistly application, so let me go back here. So let's say go back to the Artistly editor, let's say. So just as a simple terms, right? So let me actually do that right now. Just give me a sec. So the idea is, if you are trying to edit any image or you're doing anything, the workflow concept, okay, think of it like a Zapier, or let's say, for example, like a Chat GPT. If you can basically tell the AI, look, this is what I'm looking for, and can you make that happen for me? That is what we are trying to achieve here, without much mumbo jumbo techie stuff. So if that has to be in the fast AI design or advanced, who cares, right? It's going to be about getting the result here, the end result, okay? So what we are planning on, again, is the future of Artistly will be completely based upon that aspect. Let's say, for example, you want to generate 50 days worth of social media posts, okay? Let's assume. or 30 different variations of social media ads, let's say, or whatever it might be. What is the thought process here? First of all, AI should know what stuff is selling on social media or doing well, getting clicks, views, likes, whatever. That should be assumed that AI should know and understand and get. That's our problem to solve. So you don't have to be a copywriter or editor or image designer or something like that. Similarly, let's say, for example, you want to do the same thing but put a brand face into it. Well, consistent characters allows you to upload a photo, whether it's realistic, 2D, 3D, and continue the consistency of that story you're trying to say. Like me, might make myself into James Bond or something, and I can, drive fast cars or whatever, and that's the idea of what I'm trying to achieve. Well, they think of it in a more futuristic way where you go to his AI design agents and I basically say, similar to what we did here, personalized storybooks. This is for storybooks, but you can even do for social media posts and stuff like that, correct? That's the goal. So meaning consistent characters will be automated. Meaning, for example, it's assumed, okay? Hey, put myself into this social media post. It should go viral and it should have this topic, whatever, weight loss, or let's say personal development, or let's say motivation, or let's say it's e-commerce related stuff, or whatever it might be. Okay, it will automatically intelligently realize that it needs to have consistency of the characters. So you're going to give it a reference image, your image or your client's image or whatever. It's going to create the whole, let's say, dentist office or whatever it is. It'll create the environment, and also it will create multiple variations so that you can have multiple days worth of social media content, whether it's Instagram posts or whatever it is. And that is where we are headed towards. That's why we created the whole engine behind the scenes to make this whole thing possible. So think of it from that perspective going forward. So if you think of it from that perspective, let us know feedback. What are you looking for? Okay? Because then think of it just the way here, how we did AI bulk actions, where if you think about it, you say create this action, okay? Choose an image, okay? And then from this image, remove the background, okay? So in this particular case, I want to select this image and I want to remove the background, okay? Or multiple images. Let's say even just do another as well, okay? So let's say, for example, I want to put this image as well. This one I have, whatever, it's from my library or whatever. And I want all of these to have the background removed, okay? And then I build the action. So what is it gonna do? I'll say background removal for all my stuff. And then boom, it's doing that for all these images and it's going to give you the result back. Now think of it from other areas. It could be social media posts, resizing images in a certain way. Maybe you're trying to do consistent character images where, there you go, in the background removal here. See, so same concept, right? Whatever it might be, the idea is that we're making it automated in the long run. This will allow you to create more stuff rather than less stuff. Why is that important? Because life is such that where at the end of the day, you cannot get success from one shot right away, the first try. Sometimes you have to do 100 images to get one to click. Sometimes, clients will pay you more money for 100 variations than one. Clients will, let's say you're using it for storybooks. One storybook might not do well. You might need to get 10 storybooks or 20 for something to click. See, in life, the way business works, whether it's business, life, or trying to create stuff for creativity purposes or whatever the case might be, you got to look at it like this. Let's say you're playing soccer or baseball. You hit a goal or a home run, you get 1 point, correct? And people always assume that's the same thing when it comes to images or content or videos or whatever it might be. It's basically where you can do 100 tries, you failed, it's okay. But that 101st try could be worth 100 points or 100 goals or 100 home runs. You see the point? If you understand from that logic, don't you agree, then this is the future. Because what we are allowing you to do is effectively, we go to AI Illustrator and imagine, just like think about it where you're trying to create a storybook in different categories or whatever. Like you see how we're trying to do in clipart and all these. So imagine if you're trying to create multiple stuff, the AI can think, okay, you want a painting illustration, great. Okay, for painting illustration, what we suggest is to also channel some of the greatest painters and artists and stuff. What did they do? They had these specific styles, whether positive, whether it would be religious or whatever. We're going to automatically find that and be able to create this. And for that, we need to know, what are you trying to achieve? Okay. One of the things we did, which was a funny concept, was the pet portraits. Okay. So when you go into if you go into this, okay, so you see pet portraits option. Okay. You can create portraits for pets. Why did we get the idea? A lot of folks or artistic users were Etsy sellers. So they would go to Etsy. Let me go to Etsy. They would try to create pet portraits. Okay. So let's say pet portrait, right? You see this? And if you go in here, okay, you have stuff like this. You see this right here? 9 people bought it in the last 24 hours. It's in demand. So you can upload your pet and create portraits like this, let's say, okay? So the idea was a lot of people were like, we want this. Now, the funny thing is, for a person who does art or images for social media, it makes no sense, this feature. But for somebody who's doing this, it's very, very powerful because it's extremely high in demand right now. Okay, so if you think about it, for us to be able to do this, okay, if we added this feature for you to get this sorted, you can do 4 images and stuff like that. But the AI design agent, what it will even do is down the line, what we will do to simplify this for you even further, you see how they have male portraits, okay? We can create the variations for you right at the get-go, okay? So you just have to think about it more in the perspective of, hey, Yash, Paul, we need this feature where, if I give an idea, generate me all the male portraits of different animal styles. So let's say like this one right here. If you tell us that, we can focus on that and give you what you want. The AI is that smart now, that good now. So that way we know exactly what is doing. We just need an example. What are you trying to achieve? So think of it from that perspective, right? And we will give you all the help we can do in terms of training and assistance and all that. But just imagine where the future is headed. It's like almost like when the calculator came in, people started using the calculator everywhere. When Google came in, people were using Google to research, and ChatGPT came in, people are using that now for any kind of questions to be answered. When the personal computer came in, people stopped using the typewriter and their productivity increases. It's the same concept here. And we're seeing it internally ourselves, okay? Where before we would do, say, let's say we'd go into some designer and we'd say, hey, this is popular now. I want you to generate me an image like this and get me this so I can promote a business of mine which sells pet portraits. And the designer will be like, okay, give me 3 days and I'll get back to you. 3 days they'll send it. I'm not happy. They'll say, okay, give me 3 more days to do the revisions. It'll be like a week to do this one image. Now I can just upload this image in Mirror Magic and get the result. And that's the reason why, okay? You go in here, okay? I'll show you this. Create from prompt. We created Mirror Magic in this section itself. You don't have to go to the advanced editor like it was before. Go to Mirror Magic. You can upload that exact image, okay? Which was this, okay? You can save it. See this? Save image. And you can be able to recreate an image like this one. And again, it will be high quality from the get-go, okay? You don't have to do anything as well. It'll be high quality from the get-go, and it will be perfect quality. Okay, so let me actually show you. Okay, so the idea is just think of it from the perspective of how do I make my workflows super fast with the power of AI. And then we basically use, let's say in this case, we have Mirror Magic. Just go in, I'll go in here, then boom, I select this image and I get, it's uploading right now, describe it. There we go. Okay. And then there we go. Okay. And basically, if you're getting this, don't worry too much about it. You can just try it with a different image. Sometimes what happens is these images are in like weird formats. So you just want to convert them into like JPEG or PNG or something like that. Just keep that in mind. All right. So I'll do that.
This one
right
is
now.
AVI. Have that.
Yeah, it's like some weird image style, but I'll just do that right now. So you folks, I can convert it into different image style. It's just super easy to do. All right. So
while Paul is doing it, I'm just gonna share. I'm just gonna tell some questions I see that we already covered. So 2 questions. I think growth states from a YouTube channel he asked it. So basically the ability to convert my scripts page by page and do the illustration, you can do that. Design agents, script to storybook. I'm gonna show you that. Anyways, we can have a whole training about that. So there's so many stuff there, right? Number 1. Number 2, can we create storybook with our pictures? With like, yes, you can with the personalized storybook. So that's second thing, right? There are some as we're slowly rolling out. Like, can we take can we take a, for example, can we take an image and convert it into a different style and all that? Yes, you can do that. There are some interesting stuff that also we are slowly rolling out inside AI design agent and AI design assistant that lets you do that. So that's what we're doing. So again, right? Everything is in there. It's just that the way how we look at it just completely. Please also add storybook image generator per scene or request. You can do that with script storybook. You put your script, it will automatically divide it by scene, design the character sheet, and we'll do that. We can even show you, like, 100%, right? That's the next time we're heading. Publishing to socials coming soon. Anyways,
And this
so
one is what I wanted to show. Can artistically create a cover book? Yeah, this basically in the book cover section. Go to AI design agents, okay, and then underneath it, you're gonna see book cover here. See, that's the idea. Book title, author name, what you want, and then generates it with perfect text and stuff like that. So yes, so that's what I'm saying. All of them are in different categories. You just have to know anything you can imagine with design. You can basically do it. And there's other question about illustrations, for example. You see, AI art illustrator. Okay, you see this right here. Similarly, God, you want to create a comic book illustration, you have it here. Origami style. Vector illustration. Somebody was asking, can I create vector illustrations with this? Yes, you can do that. You just do this and do. We've even added Minecraft cinematic style, which is super hot right now because Minecraft, the movie, came in recently and there's a lot of popularity. There's a big
yeah,
community there. Minecraft style and
and
Minecraft movie style as well.
and if you can show there on Etsy, a lot, so search for like Minecraft birthday invitations. A lot of people are, for their kids, they like this Minecraft and all that, so they're wanting that. So if you search for mine, it's hot right now, Minecraft birthday. Look at that, like, birthday invitations. And like, there are posts. If you come down, if you scroll down, yeah, like this, you can convert that guy, the previous one that you showed, where the guy they converted that guy into that.
That's
You
right.
can do that like easily,
That's
upload
right.
that. And also, if you go to the previous, this is a bestseller. How many of this sold, by the way, in the last? It shows you at the top.
I think two people
uh
bought in 24 hours.
24 hours, right? So just
Um,
continuously people are buying because it's very hot right now, converting people, because people saw the Minecraft movie style and all that. People want this as well. Look at that, easily, right?
yeah, that's
And
right.
I want to also show you where, if you go back, yeah, here on this tab, if you scroll down, there's a lot of popular now. You see, a lot of kids want their birthday invitation for their friends and
This
all.
one,
So they're
yeah.
selling, like,
This
so
one.
people want, like,
18
these
people
kind of birthday.
purchased, yeah.
Like 18 people bought this. It's pretty hot right now. So you can design exactly, like, take a screenshot, do it for them. People want these birthday cards for their birthdays and all that. So that's where it's heading in. So it's pretty interesting. It's just a digital download people are selling. They're selling a PDF for $5, $10 per PDF per
Yeah, it's
image.
the PDF,
So
yeah.
yeah,
There you
exactly. So that's the thing. That's why we added it. There is reason why every feature, every illustration is there to help you succeed faster, quality, and output. So
Yeah, so if the question is, I don't have a script to storybook upgrade, or you don't have any of the features we mentioned today, it's most likely because you don't have the unlimited plan. So if I go back here under my purchases, you want to have the unlimited plan or the elite plan. So if you got, like, if you go into, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm just going to show you. You go to Artistly.ai, and if you went in here and you just have this commercial access only, which is like the $49 option. So some of these AI design agent stuff, because it requires a lot of money behind the scenes for us to do 50 designs or 30 designs, 5 designs at once, and a lot of the workflow automation where the AI has to think. A lot of the money goes into the servers from NVIDIA. It's very expensive stuff right now. So that's the reason why, if you have this one, this account, the Artistly Premium, you're gonna have access to that, which is the unlimited account. You don't have to buy anything extra. Alternatively, what you could also do is in the My Purchases, you're just gonna see a link, okay, to upgrade. Okay, in the My Purchases tab, when you log into Artistly, this tab right here, you can go in and then it'll take you to something called the Elite upgrade page. Okay, so that's Elite upgrade page is gonna look some like this, and then I'll show you. It's gonna say, hey, upgrade to the Elite upgrade, and then you're gonna do it. It's about $97 or something. You go in, you get that. That will effectively give you everything. You don't have to buy anything else extra. Okay, so basically, I would suggest you to do that because to get the elite, you have to have the basic account, obviously. So that's why I go to My Purchases, and you'll see that option. Alternatively, what you can also do is, if anytime you create, click on Create Design, and you go to Advanced Image Designer or any one of these features, a pop-up will appear saying you don't have this feature, upgrade. So you can click on that as well and land in in this page. Okay, once you get this, you don't have to buy anything else extra. Again, you get lifetime access to this. It's not a monthly fee or yearly fee or credits based system. You can design any amount of designs you want. I mean, you want to create any kind of images you want, any amount of storybooks you want. We are not really caring about that. What we really only want to do is pay for our server costs behind the scenes, which are like insane right now because of NVIDIA servers and stuff like that we have to use behind the scenes. Okay, so again, all these will show up there. So there we go. We have that right here. See this? Okay, there we go. Similar image to that one we did, remember? So this is the basic idea that we're trying to achieve. So remember, so that's the idea. So before, for a designer to do even one variation of it would be taking 3 days, okay, without any of the revisions and stuff. Here I get 4 images. I can pick one. Imagine if there were like 4 revisions or something like that. And this is next generation. This is where we have to accept things are moving towards, whether we like it or not. Now, somebody might say, hey, look, okay, that sounds good. I like it, but the faces, this person looks this person looks different. They're all blonde, but they're looking different. Well, that is the reason why we have consistent characters. You see this? Click on this. If you want to recreate an exact image like this, okay, with this prompt, let's say, for example, you can save her face or anybody's face, whoever you want to use, go to consistent characters, which is realistic, let's say, and then you drop that image. And then now you can have that same person appear in any amount of variations you want. So that is how that works. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and there's one another interesting thing is now if you go to bulk actions, you can upload 4 of these images and swap the custom face switcher. So if you go like the bulk actions, yep, like yep, you go to bulk actions, you can choose from library, pick 4 of them, all of them, whatever you want, right? And then like this, filter action, face swap, yep, and then you can upload it. So easy process. So let's say if you have a picture, you can upload it. Like if you have one, you know, maybe with that, yeah, exactly. So you can do that. That's
Yeah,
very
let's click
powerful.
build
So you can generate
face one.
all the designs.
So now we
And
get 4 more of this with the different face. Okay, with similar face.
yes,
Yeah.
yep. So that's the beauty. So that's what you can do. And I see that I don't want to know, but is it a good external date of birth? Yes, and I can do this for all of them. I'm already getting one with a request. Yep, that's a great suggestion. We can for the older age, Amanda, we can have that older age selection as well. And look at these designs, pretty consistent, right? And there's another suggestion that came. It's pretty good. Is can we do you have multi-face swap on bulk action? Yes, we do have pet portraits beside royalty. We can add it. I noted that down. For soulmate sketches, I'm getting a lot of requests for older folks. We'll add this like
Okay, so let's go here. So what was the suggestion? Just so for folks who didn't understand that. So they wanted for the soulmate sketch, they wanted what?
like new go to new reading,
Yeah.
and then pick a date. So that year they want older year. Like I think there's the
Okay,
end
before
year.
1970. Okay, we'll get that. That's easy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Got it. Yeah, yeah, consider that done. Yeah, let us know any other features. We are
exactly.
always looking forward to it. So it's like before, what would happen is when we created these roadmaps and things like that for our applications, oftentimes it's like what we wanted and what some users wanted. Now we created the engines that's so amazing in terms of the behind the scenes stuff that something like this to update the date is a piece of cake, yes. But also somebody was asking the question of like in the bulk designs, bulk actions, we saw the face swap, but I also want bulk consistent character or something. Very easy for us to implement that. Just a question of prioritization. I mean, how many people want that? How many people want, let's say, for example, resizing of an image in bulk? Let's say I created an image, I went to AI designer, let's say, for example, and let's say, for example, I did 1:1 as the image option. Okay, so let's say create from prompt and did 1:1, let's say, or I did, let's say 21 by 9 by 16, which is vertical. Let's say vertical image, and I want to stretch it into horizontal. Let's say That's outpainting, correct? Let's say you want to do a workflow where you made a mistake, you did all 1:1 images or all whatever 9:16 images, but you want the exact same one. Remember, AI hallucinates sometimes. You want an exact same thing. Sometimes it may not do the exact same location. So what we can do, if enough people want it, you can go into AI bulk actions. Okay, same thing we discussed. You select all the images. Okay, like these, let's say, and these were like in a specific dimension. You want to convert them all into vertical images. You can just do, okay, turn to vertical. Here it says smart extend. So basically the idea is right now what you can do is you can extend a vertical image into horizontal automatically. Let's say you want to do the same thing for a horizontal image to a vertical, we can do that too. It's basically the idea is how many of you folks want it, we'll focus on that. Okay, so that's the basic idea. Yeah.
Want to answer this. This is already there. So if you go in the design agent, you have script to storybook. So you can take like your script file, copy it like script to storybook. Yeah, after YouTube thumbnails, you'll see that, and just paste in your script. Yep. Yeah, create new story. Yeah, start with it. Yeah, space your script there. So you can just paste your script, and it will automatically, you know, just divide it scene by scene, do the character design. There's another thing called do you have stained glasses? So yes, we do. Go to AI Art Illustrator and AI Art Illustrator at the top bar. Yep. And then if you search for stained glasses, you will find it. Just scroll down a little bit. You see stained glass over there, just above the retro white on the corner. Yeah, there you go. You can
So
create
this one.
stained glasses effect. Yep. And so what can I do to learn? I'm seeing your question. Do you plan to artistry multi-language? Paul, I think we can show that. I think in the Chrome you can do specifically like we can show that. So you can use artistry.
So
Yeah,
there, multi-language means two things, right, folks? So one is
yeah.
basically where you can generate the prompts. You write the prompts in a different language, and then it would accept it. The problem with that one is we've tested it with European languages, pretty decent, but European means so many languages. You could even claim, let's say, Slovenian, Slovakia, all these other languages are European sometimes. So we've tested like Spanish and stuff. It's decent, not perfect. So what we suggest is you can just translate it into a prompt and you can put it in. It's just the way it is. But if you want to use the application in your own language, let's say, for example, you can right click in Chrome, right? You see translate to English, I set it up. You can always choose another language, and let's say I want to do it in Spanish, right? So I can just do that too as well. Let's see, for example, there's so many languages here as you can see, and it will change the entire element because we made the application very easy for somebody to use in a different language. Okay, so you see this, you translate it, and there you go. See, selección en estudio and then all this
Boom.
other stuff, right? So the other one is like that's one, right? They even changed my name to Pablo. That's funny, right? So in the top, you see, it's kind of funny, but I'm just trying to explain to you how we modularized it, and so that every single area is custom is editable effectively, so that it's easy for you to understand what they are if English is not your first language and stuff like that. Now in the case of the prompts themselves, like meaning if I create any one of these, right, página para colorear, whatever, right, and then here I would want to put them in English for best results. The reason is that our AI algorithms are not perfect to understand different language prompts. However, what we found out that is that even if, let's say, it's Danish, German, or whatever, Dutch or whatever, when you translate it like basic Google Translate, like from German to let's say English or whatever, it is doing it well. Similarly, again, remember I mentioned the other aspect. Let's say if I go back here, okay, I want to kind of show you that. So let's say, for example, let's say in the case of, let's say I go in here, the create the from prompt or whatever, and I say here, if I just write an English prompt, but with a Spanish text, okay, a young 24-year-old 3D cartoon man is holding a sign that says, let's say, for example, like let's say if a Spanish word, right? Let's say it's like, let's say, hola, right? ¿Cómo estás, right? Let's say, for example. And then you just generate 4 variations. It does do it pretty decently. We've done those tests. It's just that, we can't guarantee in every single language out there. For that reason, what I would suggest is use the advanced editor. Okay. So then if you're not happy with something, you can remove that element and then you can add it through in painting and you can just type in the text. See? So this one is pretty good though, if you see here, see? So that we've done, like text in the aspect is pretty good. It's just that the prompts themselves, I wouldn't suggest to write in Spanish because it kind of gets confused. Does that make sense? So you can definitely handle that. And similarly, if you're not happy with anything, you can always open up the advanced editor and you can edit elements like add the text that you want and stuff like that. Because I know if you're using it in Hindi or Bangladeshi or whatever it might be, or even let's say it's Mandarin Chinese or whatever, and you want to add your own text elements, you can definitely do that because we have the text layers, you see, paragraphs, text boxes and stuff like that. And you can add it in your own language, you can put here any language you want to put, right? Say whatever, right? You can put any language you want. Does that make sense? So that's the idea. And then these text boxes can come in different elements and different areas and stuff. If you don't want a certain element, you can always in paint it out, so you can see object remover we have, and we can erase elements here as well. Does that make sense? So these areas are available for you to use it. So if you don't want to put any elements and stuff like that, that is the other one. Now the other question, yes, you can answer this.
Yes. Script to storybook is a game changer feature. It comes with consistent character already created for you. So let's say, for example, you know, I'm gonna share you the script. You can paste it there. But I can even
Sure.
show it, right? Let me share my screen. One second.
Okay, so the question is basically while you're opening it up, if I'm creating a script to storybook, like I paste a script and it's creating the storybook, will it automatically come with consistent characters? Meaning, in other words, if I have an old man who's 85 years old and he's a farmer with a duck and they want to do a moral story, the duck and the old man should be the same. That's the basic idea, or the shark and the fish, or whatever it might be, the story that we are talking about. So it'll
Yep.
be consistent throughout automatically. I don't have to tell it do it, or I don't have to give it reference photos, or I don't have to prompt it to do this. Basically, is the question.
Yep, see this. The results will be in front of you in few seconds, and it created like one, two, three, four, yeah, like or whatever, 20 images, something, 20 page storybook. I just pasted my script. The thing is the database, or not the database, sorry, the AI is so intelligent enough to design the character sheets and then do that consistently, right, throughout
Wow,
the
this is
story.
pretty cool. Wait. So let's just go down for a little bit. So if you go to the older grandmother here, for example, and then anytime she will show up, there'll be consistency. And then when you go up here, look at the clothing consistency there too. So she's
Yep.
wearing that little apron,
Let
which
me
is
refresh it.
white apron, and then a bluish shirt. So something like that. And folks, you got to give it some time because we're talking about generating 30 images at once, keeping the consistency in mind, keeping it relevant to the story and stuff like that.
Look at that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I think right now what we've noticed is that on a bulk basis, like creating something like this, there's no application in the market which can do it. The reason why it's not that easy is because we took 3 months to figure this out and did so many tests. We broke the system so much to figure this out. And in the end, what we really found out is that to solve this, it's actually something a PhD level machine learning person can really figure it out, because what we are trying to achieve is automation, right? For example, you are trying to keep the consistency without somebody prompting it. You're trying to create characters without somebody telling this person has to have this color hair every time you prompt it. Similarly, you don't have to even tell it, let's say, for example, in this case, you see the styles are automatically picked. So a game style or Minecraft style or whatever, it automatically detects it and keeps giving that information based upon that, which is a game changer. Now, the obvious thing here that you can imagine is that this means that if you wanted to actually create a storybook and publish it, let's say on an Amazon Kindle, or let's say on any one of these platforms out there, the beauty here is that the creative aspects are done. What we really are trying to do here then really is bulk creation of the content, because even with book publishing or anything creative, for example, you'll never know which one will sell. So if you think about it, if you're an author of 100 books, it's more likely that you're going to have a higher success rate than somebody who's an author of one book who's hoping a miracle will happen and people will actually be receptive to that story. And this is also fun. I was actually, showing this to my, right now 11-month-old son, where I was trying to show this story where we're trying to create this book. I was trying to do the concept where we're trying to do education without getting them addicted to games or social media or like all this other stuff, right? And one of the things that I realized is, hey, today I want to create a story. So let's say, the story I wanted to, instead of script to story, I don't know anything about script writing. Let's say I want ChatGPT to do it. It's a little bit difficult for me. Okay, so I just want to do, let's say, personalized storybooks. I can put my son's face and create the story, and then it feels like it's part of something, right? Similarly, with my nephew or whoever, it's so fun just thinking about it because it's a fun activity to do, and also it's something that any parent or any grandparents or anybody would love to actually share in the weekend or whatever together. And the only way that we can do is make it fun, not only for the child to learn, but also for you to create. Okay, that's the goal here ultimately, right? So, for example, if you're doing personalized storybooks, and if you give the name of the child, I'd give the name of the child. I'll put the age. Okay, so let's say 1 year in this particular case, just under. And then you do the gender, you do number of pages, the tone of the story, and then you can do magical, dreamy, or whatever you want. And every time as a weekend activity or whatever, you can do this. And similarly, what we did, which is really fun, actually, is these stories, like when the books are generated. So let's say the name of the kid here, and then put the age, and then just put 25 pages. Story is magical and dreamy, right? And then click generate the prompts. I don't have to think. It's coming up with the idea themselves, and it can do it really, really quickly. And this is so powerful even for parents to come up with activities and that sort of thing. They don't have to really even generate money out of it, right? It's not everything is about money. Sometimes even coming up with stuff like this. You see this? And then you can put the child's photo here, you see? You can put their photo here, and then you can create the entire story with that person who is the main character of the story, which is the most important thing that they want, because they want to be part of something together. Okay, and this is something that I've realized also will apply for when we're doing Video Express 2.0, the same concept, right? People want to be part of that video themselves so they can see it. People want to be part of that storybook themselves. When they're opening up that storybook, or they're even on their laptop or whatever it might be, they're part of something, and it's very educational, and it increases the education, if you will, interest levels. Because people are but if once they get addicted to TikTok and Instagram and stuff, it's just not the best thing you want as well. So similarly, people were asking this question, which is, why are people buying this stuff on Etsy, or why are people doing this, or why are people, for example, we've discussed as well, if you're doing pet portraits, for example, okay, we discussed this, right? Pet portrait as well. Why are people interested in stuff like this? Okay. Well, the idea is they're interested in stuff like this. It's because right now we're being inundated with social media garbage. People, for virality, they do all kinds of nonsense these days, which is not fun for parents or anybody out there. So realistically, something like this, even as an activity for a family to do, is fun. It's interesting, unique, and not everything is about monetary things as well. But I'm just trying to say, in this particular case, people are buying it as well, because we're going back to that area where how will AI help us rather than create what we call junk, right? If AI can create stuff automatically, we don't want it to create junk either, where people are going to get just exhausted by that content. Okay, so yeah, go ahead, Yash, with this question.
Yeah. So hypothetically, yes, you can create. So it's script to storybook, but it can actually do the novel. The trick here is choosing the right style. You would not choose a Pixar style. For that, you would choose something like a AAA style or a photorealistic style. Yeah. So that's a graphic novel. We can actually do a script to graphic novel agent as well, based on your request. But Eric Bean, thanks for that. Eric didn't actually pay
So
attention.
we can do it actually in the next update. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Thanks for that suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do the graphic novel. So that would be more like what we are familiar with. It's going to be, let's say, even for example, there are a lot of these. I grew up reading comic books. One of the things there is the stylistic elements where it's not always about text, but it's also a little bit of text here and also a little bit of the image actions elements and stuff like that. So yeah, we can definitely go about doing that. No, it's not an issue.
Yeah, and also another thing I want to add here is basically talking storybooks, right? So these will talk automatically. Let me show you, right? I don't know if you can.
I can't hear it. I think though, let me
Most probably my
yeah.
speakers. But anyways, my idea here is I'll share this with you. You can create with speakers, right? So some questions are coming, so you can create with speaker where you can just let it play. The child can listen to that. It will automatically fill up the pages for them and stuff like that. So yeah, this is just one of the questions that came up about the narrated story. You can do
So
that.
on this, let's just discuss this aspect, okay? For us to create it, how do we go about doing it? Because we didn't go fully in depth on this. Let's say I want to create a specific voice. How do we about doing that? I kind of know it, but I'm
Yeah,
just asking.
let me show you. It's very easy. It's just it all inside. So Marcus, no characters are not going to speak. It's just a narration of the
Narration of the story, folks.
narration of the story. Let me show you. Okay. So you go to Kid Storybook or any personalized
Just for
storybook.
reference, for character speaking, we're going to do the integration with Video Express, the version 2.0 coming up. So then the character, because that has the whole lip sync module and everything.
Yep.
So that's why we
Yep.
want to make sure it's separated in that you do a good quality image and the story with Artistly, and then the integration becomes super easy with image to video, which is next level in Video Express 2.0. So let's give us a few more days and we'll post that update coming up. We want to finish V5 because the quality of the images are important for the quality of video also to come good. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. So Kid Storybook, create your flipbook, click the story, basic stuff, select the voice. You see, language, change it here, select the voice. Now you have these dozens of actors ready for you.
And
Is
by
it
the way,
ready?
folks, when you play it, preview the voices. I guarantee you they're the very best in the industry. I mean, we are spending a ton of money to make sure you get these high level voices. And just imagine on a narration basis, you can do unlimited of storybooks. So it's like it's not about some credits or something like that. You can create any amount of storybooks you want to create, and any amount of voices you can be using for narration here.
Yep. So that's how you can do that.
All right,
So
cool,
I
excellent.
think we have
Yeah, I think we
covered.
covered all the questions,
Yeah.
folks. So watch out for other training coming up on these topics, but also the tutorials will be up very soon, just in the next 24 hours or so. They'll go step by step with like the storybooks, narration, and other things we talked about, so that you can reference them easily. You don't have to watch this stuff again and again, if you can imagine. Similarly, another thing I wanted to mention as well is we're going to be from now onwards, I know we took our time, and for example, integration between applications will be a lot more faster because we had to develop the system to make that whole thing, which took a long time to make that possible. There's different approaches, and we've decided, okay, finally this works best. So in other words, the stuff that Yash showed just now, whether that is storybooks, personalized storybooks, narration, and all this other stuff, imagine being able to integrate with other applications of ours. For example, somebody was saying, can I make these characters talk? Okay, in the storybook. Well, you can do that with Video Express and Artistry integration. So you focus on creating a good quality story, good quality characters. You publish the book if you want. You want to create marketing-based elements or whatever there, use Video Express and the integration that comes in. Somebody was asking about click sites. I want to create websites that I can showcase these storybooks or I can showcase stuff as well. Well, that is what we're going to be talking about with the other integration, because now, because the integration of Artistly and Video Express is possible, and other applications will be super easy as well going forward, because we're going to be basing it off of the same infrastructure, which took a long time to build. Okay, so that will open up other opportunities, because one of the key issues people have, and I'm just going to end off with this, is Paul, can you add this into Artistly? Can you add that into Artistly? And then now we venture into a completely new world. Let's say we focus on creating, as an example, perfect lip sync or something, and we add it into Artistly. You'll never be happy with it, because the way we have to do it is, we're doing perfect lip sync. It has to be part of an application which has been doing lip sync for 2 years now or 3 years now. So it's the very best. We've cracked all the problems people would face. So all you need to do is integrate that now. Then it'll be perfect lip sync. If we add it into something which has no relation, it'll be like jack of all trades and master of none, and it'll be low quality outputs. Similarly, if you see storybooks, we focused on that for the last few months now, and one of the biggest requests was, hey, just give me the whole thing with no creativity. We start off with 5 pages. To do 10 pages was very complicated. Then to do 20 pages has been even more complicated. But now that we have a system, you can do even more pages with consistency of the character and all that kind of stuff. People ask for narration. Narration is not just about, hey, somebody's reading the storybook, so it's visual in nature. You want the best voices. You don't want robotic voices, because robotic voices ruin the whole effect. In fact, it'll ruin the whole storybook. You might have spent so much effort. We spent so much effort and time to build that feature. But if that voice is bad, you forget about everything. You forget about the consistent character. You forget about the fact that you built multiple pages with AI and all that. You're just now focused on that one bad thing. So we wanted to avoid that. So from the get-go, out of the box, you needed integrations are the best way to do it. Integration with the best applications of their class. Because Video Express will be the best of its class with image to video, text to video. We're doing that massive update. That will be. Artistly will be the best in class with image editing. Any feature that you folks would want in any kind of AI design elements, or whether it's a Canva, Photoshop, or whatever it is, we will be integrating them into Artistly. It will always be, because it's a specific full-time team with our researchers in AI, PhDs, and all that. These folks are all focused on only that. Meaning how to make better quality images, better quality stories, multiple images quickly, just to make sure, like we had to do, let's say 25 to 50 images. You're not going to wait 24 hours to come. You want it reasonable time, maybe 5 minutes or 4 minutes. To do that is a huge amount of work. So we've been focused on that, and everything we design will be focused on integrations and perfection on that class. So the voices that you see right now will be integrated into other applications of ours as well, because now you know that, okay, we took many months to do that, so it'll be the same thing. So that'll be the focus. Okay, just keep that in mind. And the goal will be that will make our life easy to update applications as well, because sometimes we're sitting on it for months and months, and then we get different curveballs. AI keeps changing so much. Like we were developing Artistly v5, and while we were developing it itself, there's so many new advancements in AI that we have to say, okay, stop this development. Let's just get that best output now. It'll take an extra couple of weeks, but it's okay. Same thing with image to video, text to video, and other aspects as well. Okay, better lip sync is possible. Let's work on that. Better quality video is possible. Let's do that. Let's say before 50% of the videos were coming good with image to video. Well, people want 100% of the videos to be perfect right at the get-go. No need to waste time getting 1 out of 4 to be good or 2 out of 4 to be good. So let's focus on that. It'll take a little bit longer, but people will get the best output, because first impressions matter these days. Whether it's you, us, anybody. People, you're trying to create content, whether it's images, designs, anything, and you see one person, like one image, like one photo having 4 legs instead of 2 legs. People lose interest. People are not very experimental in nature. People want perfection from the get-go. And that's what takes us so much time to get there. I just want to explain this so that from your perspective as well, somebody who just got Artistly this morning, we want to make sure they use the first option, and they didn't even watch tutorials. We want to make sure that the quality of the output is perfect. There's no confusion. There's no way that they're thinking, I didn't select the right option. I didn't go to the right section to get perfect text or highest quality images, no 6 fingers or 5 hands or whatever it might be. So that's the same concept here, okay? And that's why we've planned and took us time to get it. So that'll be the main focus going forward as well. Now, your feedback is very important in this, because if you're trying to do all this stuff, we built an engine, okay? The train is ready. You got to add the compartments to the train. What are the first compartment? What is the second one? We want your feedback on that. So let us know. I left that, see that there, support Artistly, let us know. We're constantly checking it. As I said, we have 7 days a week support staff every single day of the week. So if you let us know, we'll be happy to check it out and help you, because we don't care. It's not about us, it's about you. And a lot of the stuff that we're figuring out as we go along, we're blown away. So some of the updates we're coming for you, it'll be worth your time to just come to these live streams once a week or whatever we do to learn. And that process will help you as well going forward. To end with, I'm going to tell you that this year alone, we're going to have, we've basically multiplied our productivity like 10x, okay, or 20x even in some cases. So if we want to give that to you, what are all we are doing to increase our productivity, right? So hope that is clear. And that's it. Yash, if you want to say any pressing words, the last pressing words, you can go.
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. It's been 2 hours. It does not. I can't believe that. 2 hours flies very fast. It was fun with you guys. And again, right? Art, any application of ours, Artistly v5 would not exist without your feedback. Would not exist right now if you would not have come on the live stream and pinpointed that this does not work or we want this and all that. As I said, our applications are not though they're developed by developers, right? All these applications are developed by developers for you, but all our applications will be developed by you for you, so that whatever you want, specific features, specific updates, specific thing, use case based updates, we'll ship it as fast as possible, as best as possible. We do these live streams. Someone asking, every single week, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, and you can convert that into different. But again, thank you so much, guys. It was just I really appreciate it, and it just makes me feel really, really good that you guys are enjoying it, and that's what we want. And you're getting the results that you want and succeeding, and love to see your a success story, because a lot of people in our group, right, in our meta group, someone said, I just got my sale for my pack. It just makes my day, right? It's just got up. I just published my storybook on Amazon and all that, right? So it's really, really, really good. And again, as always, thank you so much for spending your precious time with us till the very end. I really appreciate you. I'll talk to you. We'll talk to you in the next week. Till then, take care of yourself, your loved ones, and your health. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, guys.
Take care, guys.
Yep.